Yo, welcome back again. Another episode. I'm your host, John. I want to say Jola, imagine.
I
Lapo.
know.
Well, I don't know how my name is Jola, but you know Jola will make a very good boy's name. I don't know if a boy's called Jola.
Why?
I'm just
I
curious.
don't think there are any boys called Joladi, but Jola. I don't know.
Mm,
I can't think of any Jola.
mm. Anyways, I maybe you know what? Maybe we should have flipped the script, and my name should have been Jola, and your name Uforo. That would have been
I
interesting.
cannot use Uforo. Look at you. I
Oh, I
cannot
need to
use
see my.
Uforo.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Name
Leave
that
it.
I cannot even pronounce well. I should now be daring it. Look at this guy.
All right, it's fine, it's fine. Back to me being your host Uforo, the coolest Uforo ever, and
Mm.
my co-host Jola is here,
Hi
and we
guys.
yeah, and this is the episode for the 14th, kind of. I think it's going to drop on the 14th, so it's for the 14th, and
Yes. And wait,
it's
you
it's an
don't you
oh
want to
god,
say what the 14th is? Not that anybody will know, but you
oh no,
never
the
know. You never.
14th of February, the day Saint Valentine killed. Did it? I don't know what happened, Sha, but I don't know
Okay,
the
I
real
don't know. So
backstory
maybe
to it,
don't.
but
Yeah. So
but
don't
yeah.
start saying it. Okay.
Don't start. I was
Mm-hmm.
about to go into some unknown facts that I'm just making up. But yeah, let's just leave it
Yeah.
that it's Valentine's Day and
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is. I'm not going to say happy. I don't know. I don't feel cool about just say happy Valentine's Day. I don't know. Do people say that?
I think they do. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, they do. They definitely do.
Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
can say it, and I'll second that.
Wow. Okay, guys. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I second that movement. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
welcome to another episode. I think we're on episode 4. So the
Yep.
journey.
Yep.
We're,
Yep.
we're, we're doing it. We're doing it, and more. There's more to come. So this episode, we're going to go through some things. And I think Jola is ready for me. Let me tell you guys something. Before this episode, I have been attacked, berated, abused,
That's
kicked,
a bit dramatic.
knocked,
Sure.
destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
even talked about, as in
Mm-hmm.
they formed a group and were abusing me. They literally called it Abuse
Really
Uforo group.
very funny.
I had to go and speak with a therapist to just get over what these guys did to me. But it's okay, guys.
How
I'm here.
dramatic. Mm-hmm.
See, this episode is delayed because I was in my therapy sessions. Now, you know what's gonna happen. I'm not able to defend myself. I've come. I'm
Lies.
ready. I spoke with my therapist. She
Mm-hmm.
told me a lot of things, and
Oh,
she was able
she.
to.
Okay.
She was able to help me through what these people did to me. But it's okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Who's this
It's okay. Don't.
therapist, please?
No. See, I'm not going to
No
go
what?
divulging information so that you use it against
Lies.
me. All
Oh,
the
you're trying to
information.
think up your lie.
Nah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't
Sure.
worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. So
Sure.
we'll just jump straight into the headlines. We have a few. It's not. I don't think it's as much as the previous episodes one, but
Yeah.
um, Black Panther is going to start its own TV series on Disney. So
Yep.
that's something interesting to look forward to. I mean, because
Mm-hmm.
I loved, but I seriously loved Black Panther. I
The
don't know
Black
what word
Panther
is
movie.
greater
Yeah.
than love, but
Don't worry. We get it. We get it. You loved
yeah,
it.
because I went
A
from
lot of
like
people
to
did.
love, and then I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to get here.
In the
But
spirit of Valentine's Day, you loved it. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I loved it. That would have been my Valentine. But
Mm-hmm.
T'Challa is dead, unfortunately, and that's a sad story.
Yeah.
Rest in
It
peace.
is.
And well, Chadwick Boseman is dead. Really, that's more than T'Challa. But
Yeah.
and so I think the story is going to revolve. Is going to go around the whole community. I'm not so sure. Rather than
Or the
Black
sister.
Panther, the sister. I don't know what this. I don't know where they are going with it. I only
Me
saw a
too.
picture, so I'm not so
Yeah.
sure what
Because there's
it's
also
about.
still going to be Black Panther too, regardless of the show, right?
Yeah, I think there would be, and I think they said they're not casting any other. They're not going to use CGI
Recasting. Yeah,
or
no, they
anything.
shouldn't.
So I wonder what they're going to do because if they're going to continue it, unless he
Probably
was able to
someone
drop
else
everything.
taking up the mantle, I
No, but
guess.
is that not kind of? okay, are they just passing the mantle on? So not really
Yeah.
recasting, but no.
Yeah. I mean, the father was the Black Panther before him, wasn't he? Like
Oh
he was
yeah,
the
I
one
mean,
using the stuff, right?
it's
That
it's
was
it's
the
a,
idea.
yeah, it is, and but it's going to be it's a big shoe to fill. Not because someone cannot feel it, but because I think he bodied that role. So
Yeah.
yeah, um, War Machine will appear on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So that's good. I have a funny relationship with War Machine, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because they changed War Machine, not because I don't like Don Cheadle
Oh,
as
you
War Machine.
mean Brody?
Yeah,
Because you don't
I
like him.
no, not because I don't like him. I actually do love John Cheadle, so I have no problem with
Okay.
him. But
But
I don't know what I'd never really went deep to understand what the issue was and why they changed it. And I'm
Terrence
okay with the
Howard,
change.
right? I think I
Yeah,
read it once upon a time, but I honestly can't remember now.
I
I
can't. Me
think
too exactly.
he's a better War Machine or Brody than Terrence Howard, though.
No, I
That's
think
what I
he is a
think.
better one. That's why I said I think that's what just made me disconnect with the character. Not because he's not better,
Mm.
just because I it was just I don't know, I just
It
disconnected. And I
wasn't what
think
started off or something. I
yeah.
don't know.
And I also think I've always been disconnected with War Machine for a while. Even when you remember those cartoons, those Iron Man cartoons they used to show on TV back then. Do you
I didn't
remember?
watch much of those. I do, but I never really watched
Oh,
them. I'm not gonna
if you
lie to you.
remember, you see what I always just as in War Machine to me it just felt like such and I know there are people that love War Machine and I not that I have anything against, but it just felt like such an extra to me. Like I felt like they should have given him more, but he
Okay,
was
fair
such
enough.
an extra that it made me feel, and you know how I feel about extras, so
Gosh, you say this
it
all the
made
time.
it made me just feel like okay, this as in I want more for
But
him, but they are giving him so
mm,
less
well,
that
when he's with Iron Man or he came from Iron Man, can you really blame? Like he's always going to be in that shadow, so to speak, isn't he?
yeah, yeah, I
I
agree,
mean,
I
yeah.
agree, and yeah, Jeff Bezos has well, I wanted to say Jeff, like he's my friend, we know each other very well.
Maybe he's your friend. So
That-
Jeff, your boy
hey,
Jeff.
Jeff B, Jeff B. Jeff B
Hmm.
has stepped down as the CEO, and again, we record. I think we record earlier, so and drop it later.
Some
So
of these
sometimes some of
things
these
are a bit,
things have already
yeah,
been like they are a week old. So
yeah,
pardon,
yeah.
forgive us, but I'm sure some of you might be hearing it for the first time. So yeah, Jeff
Mm-hmm.
B, my main man, has stepped
Mm-hmm.
down from as the CEO of Amazon, transitioning to more of a executive chair role. So that's interesting. I think the guy has just made too much money, like
Yeah, you
from
should
all
share
of
small,
us.
Jerry.
From all of us. I mean, Amazon, eBay cannot deliver to Nigeria, but Amazon can.
Can I even prefer Amazon to be
That's
honest?
deep.
Anyway, like,
And we know
yeah, yeah, yeah,
our Nigeria. We know some of those things. That's deep. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I bought things from Amazon when I was in Nigeria, and I was like, huh? And it's not expensive. It's actually a
I've
fair
actually
price.
never done it, Sha, to be fair. I've never ordered from Amazon to get here.
But
That's nice.
anyway.
Oh, whatever.
and and finally for me, Attack on Titan, the gift that man,
You can't even finish the
I
sentence.
can't
Let
even
me help
finish
you.
it
The
because
gift
it's
that keeps
just
on giving.
oh, Attack on Titan has been the anime for me this year, hands down.
Mm,
Nothing has it's ranking number one this year so far.
mm.
Everything I've watched has been and I'm sure did you watch the most recent episode, Jola?
Yes, yes, I did. That was that was a flashback episode anyway. Um,
Yeah, flashback,
showing
but how
us
do
more
you
about what happened.
exactly? But even
Mm-hmm.
seeing that the idea, I don't want to say too much, did not come from where we thought it came from. You understand?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Wait, why
and
can't we
came
say
from
it anyway? Why not?
no. Let's
It
give
should be a
no.
thing that we celebrate each week and be like, oh my goodness, that was mad. And you just want, I'm just saying we don't have to, but I'm just
I mean,
like,
I don't. I feel like you should give people like a week extra to get to not be as in like delay it a little bit so that it's not
fair enough.
well. But because what is we're saying is recent. It's
It's
not like
pretty,
last week.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay.
exactly. So it's like, okay, your next week's episode we can spoil, and that's your fault if you didn't
What do
watch
you
it. But
mean? Okay.
no, that's your
Okay, no,
fault.
no,
Like
not
that's
me.
no, don't
The
worry.
listener's fault.
I have your back now. Don't be like that.
Okay.
So, but that's the
Okay, but
person's
yeah,
fault if they
yeah,
didn't watch it. But what
yeah.
I'm
But
just saying is that, yeah, you
the fact that
understand.
the information came from, I mean, no, what went down came like it was a surprise. Yes,
It
yes, I
yeah.
get you.
So
I
that
get you.
again back to the same thing of is they're writing it really really well, really
Mm,
well.
mm-hmm.
I don't want to dwell. Let me not dwell so I don't spoil. Then I'll
Only
pass it
if
on. Okay, go
I
on.
actually think, sorry, real quick. I think the anime has it finished because I YouTube has been trying to test me, making me want to click on something that I shouldn't click on because I saw something to do with like it was the manga part
Now
and
you
they
the
said something about ending. Yeah,
you've been
me.
doing some
Yes,
manga behavior recently.
please. Only okay. That's not on. That was not for Attack on Titan, by the way. I know what you're talking about, but that was not Attack on Titan. But I'm just
I
saying. I
know.
I think it's very close to the end, or maybe it has finished. I'm really not sure. I
I
don't
don't
even
think
want
it
to
has.
check because I don't want to see it by mistake unless I'm ready to read ahead and find out.
I don't think
So
it
that's
has
my
finished.
thing.
I don't think it has finished. I think it's
Okay,
I think
close
there's
to
still
the end,
like
but
a
not
few.
finished. Few
If I
chapters to go.
I'm actually even not that as in go on with your headlines, but I'm checking right now to see how many because the where I
Okay,
watch it, they tell you how many episodes are left
okay.
in the season.
In the season,
Yeah,
right, right, right.
it's 9 of 16. So that means
Ah,
there's still like
still have.
we still have like 7 more episodes to go.
Okay, fair enough.
That's good enough.
It is good enough with how they've been just giving us things each episode. So yeah,
Mm.
fair enough. Okay, my own headlines. So Crunchyroll has signed a deal with Idris Elba and his wife for them to do a dark anime TV series. We don't know what the name is or anything yet, but I thought that was an interesting one.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess obviously I had no reason to think of Idris and anime together, but I was like, oh, okay,
No, I
interesting.
mean
His
for
anime is
me,
really becoming something right now.
yeah, it is. It's showing and it's showing a lot. It's telling because do you know that? Sorry, this is just a random fact. Do you know that the
Hmm.
people that the producers or directors, I'm not so sure which of which. I think it's more director than producer. The directors of
Hmm.
Ghost in a Shell are the same directors of
Okay.
Matrix.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay. I mean,
So you
those
can understand.
the
Yeah,
twins,
the twins. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it's. I think it's. You can see the link, and I'm just trying to say you can see how an anime can someone took something or what they were creating in anime and kind of built it to a movie that spawned off many other movies
Yeah.
because Matrix was the start of something in the movie
Mm.
industry that all those slow motion kind of bullets whole thing went
Mm-hmm,
started
mm-hmm.
and everybody started doing it like they created
Doing
something
it.
with that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
They did.
just a fun fact. So I'm just saying that I'm bringing it back to Idris because I mean I've always liked Idris Elba and his
Me too.
so a lot of his movies. So
Mm.
I don't I'm looking forward to what it will be, and I recently I've loved dark anime as well. So yeah,
Okay, you're making me want to say such as I feel like you're thinking of like ReZero or something. I don't know.
no,
No.
is
Okay.
ReZero is it dark?
Well, I haven't gone far with it, but I have it. Don't worry, I will. But
No,
I
but is it
know
dark
because of
so
the
far? Is
idea.
it dark?
Well, I thought the idea of him constantly dying and having to go through that constantly is what
I
I
think
thought may have been the
yeah, no,
dark part of it.
it's messed up. I think it's messed up. I think you know what the messy part of for me, not and I know we're not meant to talk about ReZero, but just a quick point. I think
Yeah.
for me, the messy part of ReZero that counters the darkness is the fact of how much he loves, which is a
Oh,
dark
okay.
play. Do you understand? I mean, obviously, because love is crushed every time, but
Ah,
it's like
okay.
it's like
Because when he
for
dies, it's
me.
like he goes back and nobody remembers, right?
That's it. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
But that's hopeless love is such a
Mm,
sunlight. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's
I do.
that's why I feel like it's not so dark. like
Okay,
something
fair
else
enough.
that we
It
just
keeps it
recently
keeps
talked
it
about.
light. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
But
Don't worry. We have we
we
have
have
we have
time.
an episode for that one. Oh God. I'm actually I'm jonesing to talk about that. But yeah, we
Yeah.
will. We'll get to
Now
that one.
that comparing that one to ReZero, now
Oh,
that's
of
messed
course,
up.
of course, of
You
course,
understand?
of course.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let me just say by the way, I'm seeing. I obviously haven't caught up or watched ReZero yet, but I just keep seeing all things to do with REM this, REM that, REM this. I'm like, you people, what is this? Who is this REM that you guys are always talking about from ReZero? I guess that would make more sense to you, but I don't know what the big deal is with this REM. Maybe REM is supposed to be people's best girl. Maybe she's that cute. I don't know, or she's crazy.
Yee,
I don't know what it is, but REM this, REM
Rem.
that.
Yeah, I can.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
to be some light blue haired girl.
yeah. I would call that again. That's why I said ReZero has this kind of hopeless love to him because Rem is someone that loved as well, and some things
Okay.
happened to her. I don't want to spoil, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's why I keep saying like it's messy the way people die, but because of that hopeless love, it's like for me, it's annoying. And talking about that in slice of life episode, but yeah,
Oh gosh,
for
yes.
me,
I wanted to
and
ask you about it, but I just thought let's wait. We're getting into this.
for
So
me,
no
it's
problem.
annoying to some certain degree because it's like that kind of
Uh,
stupidity love, and they're like, calm down. But yeah, but
oh
I
gosh.
mean,
Can they be hopeless romantics? Anyway, don't let's not drag into that yet. Don't
let's
worry.
not
Okay,
drag it. Don't
okay.
worry.
Okay. My next headline is so
Till you're
Activision.
already drooling, as in I can the way you even say there's no you're drooling already to enter
Because
me.
it's coming now.
This
I'm
will look,
just saying
guys,
oh Lord.
look at this. This is why I had to go to therapy. Can you imagine? See, don't worry,
Whatever.
continue. We'll see.
As if you are not saying, as if you've not been telling me you are ready for me since. I don't know why you are making yourself seem like one
I'm a
victim.
victim. I'm a
If
victim.
listeners see you, they will know you are far from a victim, and I'm the one instead. If they see you, it's because they don't know. They don't know.
Don't judge a book by its
Oh,
cover.
we'll expose you one day now. Don't worry. Anyway, yeah, my headline is that Activision has confirmed, it's not a surprise, of course, but Activision has confirmed that there will be a new Call of Duty for 2021. I'm not sure why they confirmed it like it was ever in question, because the thing
Yeah,
is, they bring out a Call of Duty every year, and apparently they've
every
brought
year.
one out every year since 2005.
I enjoyed this
2005.
last one. I enjoyed this last one. What's the name? This one.
I
I
haven't
had
viewed
it.
it yet. The
Oh,
the
it's on.
the Modern Warfare, the one that is just called Modern Warfare, right?
Yeah, it was actually good. And
I heard
the and by the way, the online part
online
that yeah,
game.
the team battles and all that they're really good as well because I play them. But I'm not as good as I used to be when I was in uni when I could play and be top, not one of
Mm-hmm.
number one number two. Now I'm just playing for kicks. Sometimes I'm not even playing well. But
Mm-hmm.
if you guys ever go watch this guy called Stone Mountain, he's on YouTube. It's hilarious because he does
He
the
shows his play, Abby.
and he shows his play, but he does the voice. He uses the voice in the game or any of the voices, or he does his own voice. Like he calls it acting commander or something like or commander, and he uses
Okay.
all those voices like he's in the war, and he say, "Go 32 clicks to the left, go this," and he's talking and people
Oh,
are
okay,
laughing all
okay,
the
okay.
time. And he's like,
Right.
he's actually speaking, and it's not like it's random stuff. He's speaking about things that you need to do. So it's like
As
in
it's
real time as it's
doing it.
happening.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
actually very interesting. I've watched a few of his clips and it's so interesting. And he's won a few games and won a lot of games. Actually, he's one of those top ones.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
nice. I'll
check
get
him out
his name
on
off you later.
yeah
Yeah,
Stone
okay.
Mountain. Yeah,
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, no, so the thing now with this is so they've brought it out every year since 2005. Now, is that an impressive thing or is that something that is a bit much? Because before you've even finished thoroughly enjoying one, they're bringing one out the next year. You've not finished like iPhones now. Before you've even
mm.
done anything and you blink, another one is out, and you're thinking, and they force you to phase out from the old one. Anyway, that's not about iPhone, but Activision.
No, you
Yeah,
know
so
what? You're funny because every all these phone people bring out phone. Don't just mention iPhone. The way you say just
it's not
talk.
just iPhone, but iPhone does it the
No,
most.
no,
iPhone
really.
does it the
What
most.
most?
Yes,
All of
and
them do it.
they make things so outdated that you are forced to even move. You
No,
don't have a
that's a
choice.
joke. That's you know what?
Is it
Let's not
no?
argue. Let's not argue
It's
this
not a
now.
joke. Is
Let's not
okay.
argue this now.
Okay.
Let's leave it. We
Okay.
have our iPhone versus Samsung day. Don't worry, it's coming.
Okay. Don't get me wrong. I like Apple, but anyway, let's go on. Let's go on. Yeah. So, what do you think, though? Is it an impressive thing since 2005 for them to
Oh,
bring it every year, or is it
that's
too much?
that. No, 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 no. That's impressive. And do you know what?
Okay.
Just
Me
like
too, because I
why
like Call of Duty games.
I actually have no problem with games that do that every year, not just even Call of Duty, and that's because well, but Call of Duty is a different kind of game. So yes, maybe I wanted to
Because
compare it
it's
to like
similar,
I
or
wanted
what?
to compare
What?
it to no, yeah, because similar. I wanted to compare it to a sports game where sports come out every year, but
Oh, you
sports
mean
are updated.
FIFA?
FIFA, Pro Evo,
FIFA is
basketball.
isn't FIFA a bit worse? I don't play FIFA. I don't play
No,
football
no,
games, so
no,
I can't say.
no, no.
It
FIFA is
doesn't have
horrible right
anything
now.
offer.
No,
Okay.
but FIFA is
If-
horrible right now. I have no. I just switched
Okay.
from FIFA to Pro Evo this last 2 years. But I'm trying to
Okay.
say that, and a lot of people are going to fight me because of what I just said. But but what I'm trying to say is that just sports games are allowed to update every year. Why? Because the players change every year. There's a new player that comes into the state.
Into
Players
it. Okay,
become
but
better.
can
It
they
starts.
do? But can they do that same change with just an update rather
No,
than a whole new game?
because of graphic update. That's a whole different thing. And we
Okay.
get they
True.
spend a lot of time with this their mechanics and whatnot to make the game look more
Mm,
realistic and change a bit of the
okay.
place and make it a little bit more interesting. So we are, I mean,
Mm,
you're right, you are right in the sense that someone can say you can just update and give us the same thing, but I
mm-hmm.
think everybody, just like the way TVs keep coming, 3K, 4K, 100K, 1 billion K, as in, where
Mm,
every time technology is updating itself.
updating itself. Okay.
And I
Okay.
think we
Fair
can say
enough.
that for Call of Duty because of technology keeps updating itself. All these games,
True.
they
Plus,
get
at
into
least with
that.
Call of Duty, sorry. At least with Call of Duty, I would say, I mean, I know more about it, but I would say they also obviously are changing the story around what's happening. And so you get to
Exactly.
go to different maps, different locations. So
Exactly.
that changes it up a little bit more, I would say.
Because how much, like just a movie, how much can you really put in a game? How big can you what? Okay, I'll say I've worked with some devs in some things that I've done, and the problem is putting things data is always a problem, like making things a certain size. Now,
Mm,
we all want the best. We all want things to be, oh, we want 4K, 8K kind of playing game,
mm-hmm,
this, and the game to run smoothly, 60 FPS, what have you, all
mm,
that, 30 FPS, sorry, even 7, or whatever you want, 120 in fact. But the fact is that to make all that work together is a lot of work. And
mm-hmm,
so sometimes they have to limit some of the things for in order for all those other things to those engines, everything to work in a certain way. So maybe reduce the story, not cram too much in, not give you all what you want in this thing. Because some of these games that they bring out next year, they've already done it. They've done enough for it already. So
mm,
it's like delay to me. Sometimes I think some of these things are delayed releases in the sense that we've gotten to this point technology. Okay, we'll work on the other one later. So let's just release this one for this one. Then next time they will now bring out another set of things, add some other things, updates with some of the new technology they've got to release, continuous like that. But some of these things have already been done in a certain way. So it's not like it's not as it's just the I think it's just the tech behind it and some of the work
mm.
because it takes a lot of work to get these
To do
games
it, yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Granted. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, my last headline is a bit of a sad one, but so Christopher Plummer passed away at the age of 91, and for those who might need a reminder, that's the actor that played Captain Von Trapp in Sound of Music. That's probably one of his more prominent roles, at least for me, anyway. So yeah, so he passed away. Sad. But yeah,
Very sad. Very,
yeah.
very, very sad. It was a good guy.
Again, like you know him, but yeah, fair enough.
Allow me to know them now.
Okay. All right. So with that, we'll move on to the main content, and I'll just get us into this because basically, with
Mm,
us,
mm,
with
mm.
relax now.
I'm calm.
Okay, with us, with Valentine's Day coming through, I thought, wouldn't it be a lovely idea to get to get my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful
Butter me
co-host
up.
to
Butter
watch
me up.
to watch to watch something that he doesn't like watching or doesn't
Mm,
spend a lot of time watching, so
mm,
that we can, in the celebration of Valentine's Day, because he's not
mm,
a rom-com slice of life kind of fan typically. So I I challenged him to watch Your Name, and I gave him an easy one because for those who have seen Your Name, it is an amazing, beautiful movie with a nice soundtrack. Like it is so beautiful for those who have seen it. So I gave him something that was supposed to be a bit easier, that at least it's a treat for his eyes as well, and he can at least appreciate the animation. So if he
mm,
doesn't, when he talks about it now, y'all can come for him, because I don't know what else we can do for this guy if that's the
mm.
case. So yeah, so tell us, how did you find Your Name before we dive into more slice of life rom-com things and your hate, and I
I
put
first
hate in
of all,
quotes for it.
first of all, I don't like the way
Mm-hmm.
you just slashed them together. I had this argument with you, but we'll get
With
into it about.
yes, yes, I'm
No,
okay. I'm just saying.
we will get
Okay,
in together. No, we'll get into it
okay,
about
okay,
this slice
okay.
of life. As in, don't call slice of life rom-com like it's one full sentence.
No,
Slice
I'm okay. I'm
of
sorry. I'm
life.
generalizing that those are not
No,
your
no, no.
typical
No, I
areas to
did. Did
watch.
I say?
Am I
Wait now.
lying?
Slice of
Okay.
life.
Slice
Space,
of life,
space, space.
comma,
Dot, dot, dot.
romance,
Comma,
comma,
comma, comma.
drama, comma,
Then rom
okay.
com far away. Don't put them together. But
Okay.
romance.
The
Anyways,
what? Okay,
let me
okay. Don't
just do
let
it.
me
Okay.
boost. Okay, go on, go
Now,
on.
your name to me
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
was a good anime. Was a good anime. It wasn't bad to watch. It was, and I'm being honest. I'm not even saying this so that you guys don't come for me. I'm just being honest. It wasn't bad
Okay.
to watch. It was a good anime in the sense of the animation was good, and
Mm-hmm.
the animation was good. The story was good. But I'm going to come to back to the story, and I think the ending was nice. The back and forth in the sense of the fact that I was trying not to say things that I'm used to not spoiling, but I don't think it
No,
matters.
this one we
So no,
can
no,
go in,
that's why
and
I
it's
say I
an
don't
old
think it matters.
movie.
That's why I say I don't think it
Okay,
matters. So it's
okay,
stuff like
okay.
in the sense that the guy was trying to talk. They couldn't get each other's names because they kept forgetting about each other whenever
Yeah.
at some certain point, and
Mm-hmm.
then they were switching in each other's life and all
Mm-hmm.
those kind of things. So this one will do things for this one's life, the other one to do stuff. So they kind of built love for each other, and
Mm-hmm.
then the we found out that the girl was in the past, he was in the future. So
Yeah.
in a
Did
certain
you see
time,
that
so
coming, by the way?
I didn't see that coming. So that was a good twist.
Okay.
The girl was in the
Okay.
past, he was in the future, so he had to save the girl, and then
Yeah.
they forgot about each other, and he
About each
found
other,
out
because
oh
the
her
painful
family.
part there is he pretty much, sorry to cut you, he pretty much finds out that she's actually dead because she's in the past.
Yeah,
So that's the
that's what
gravity of it. She's
that's the
actually dead,
painful
and it's
part.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Na-
So go on.
so I'm just going through the whole story for everyone, and then from there, the guy saves. He tries to come back and save her, and then was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
trying to remember what the name is. They at the end they
Mm-hmm.
didn't even
Mm-hmm.
write your name. He wrote "I love you," which was very
Yes.
very all those "I love you" kind
I
of
mean, it
things.
was so
And then
sweet. I know you. Okay,
yeah,
let me not think,
yeah,
but it was so sweet to me. Go
yeah.
on.
Well, we go. That's to you. This is me. Oh, I'm coming from me. Allow
I
me
know,
to
I
finish.
know. The way you said that's to you. Okay,
No, it's not like
go
it
on.
wasn't sweet. I'm not saying it
But you're
wasn't
like,
sweet, but
man.
you're
No, no, no. I
putting no,
get.
I didn't say I was mad. You're trying to put that was sweet in my mouth. I didn't say that. I'm
And I
not saying
thought
it's
you
not
would go
sweet,
with it. Why can't you
but
go with
allow
it?
me to finish my
Okay,
breakdown.
okay. Okay,
So
sorry. Go on,
the
go
whole
on.
thing, so the whole thing was good. It was a good movie.
Mm,
Now, moving on from the good movie, good animation, good story, whatever.
mm.
I That was not original to me. That's
I
where
mean,
my
it's
no
a
no
bit
no.
Freaky Friday too, isn't it? And all
It's
that
Freaky
things, but
Friday, The
sure.
Notebook, all of them
Mm-hmm,
combined
mm-hmm,
into
mm-hmm.
a story. It's
Into a
like
story, yeah.
upside down movie. You know, there's that upside down movie where the girl is upstairs, the guy is downstairs, like in the top world. The guy is in this and they are upside down or something like that. Then there's
What
the
movie
other
is
one.
that?
is one movie like this that the girl is in, not upstairs. I say upstairs because that's the way to explain it, but it's more like the girl lives in a city that is above ground or something like that. He lives in a city that is
Hmm.
underground, and they kind of he was trying to get up, but you can't really go up or something like that. It's some weird kind of movie. But I'm just trying to
Hmm.
say, like, now that for me was a problem. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Like, again, this is where my issue with watching things like slice of life, more romance, or more,
Hmm.
rather than slice of life, more romance or more
Hmm.
rom-coms or stuff like that on in animes. Why? Because
Hmm.
a lot of times why I watch anime is because I like a lot of abstracts that I can get in anime. Now, a lot of times, a lot of animes, like we even discussed in a few episodes, I think maybe I say a few episodes, we don't want billion, but if we,
It's okay.
but
Yeah, yeah.
like we discussed like 1 or 2 episodes ago, or the first episode itself, that,
Hmm.
or episode 0, I don't know which one it was, but that
Hmm.
anime movies fail big time, and that's because, and well, not all the time, but a
They,
lot of them fail big time. Like, they come out
hmm.
and you're like, what is this rubbish? Like, give me
Hmm.
my anime back, wash my eyes, that kind
Really?
of thing. But
Mm, okay, go on, go on, go on.
what I'm trying to say is that because of that, it's like the transition from an anime to a movie is always really poor. A lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times. Now,
Now, when
why
you
I'm
sorry,
saying
let
that,
me clarify something. When you say anime to movie, do you mean animated movie, or you mean movie with live action, like
movie,
actual
live
people?
action, actual people.
Okay, okay, uh-huh.
Not, no, 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 not animated movie. No, no, no.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
no,
Now I get you.
no,
Okay,
no.
yes,
Live,
agreed, agreed.
like the transition from anime to live action. Let me put it like that. Let me specify.
Okay,
It's
okay,
really
thank you. I
poor.
was
Like, we've
confused.
seen
Mhm.
Bleach, we've
Yes,
seen
it
some
is.
other ones, and it's horrible.
Mm-hmm,
Now,
mm-hmm.
what I'm trying to say is that, so, and why that is poor is because of they cannot capture the essence of the anime. They can't capture the abstractness of the anime. When I mean abstractness, maybe it's not the good word to use, but it's the word that, uh, how you see a fight in like Bleach or One Piece or some of those things. Like, imagine the way Luffy is stretching in One Piece to
Yeah,
have a fight.
seeing it in
Imagine
live
in live
stuff.
action, how would they capture that and give you that same effect
That
without
same
me
thing.
looking bad?
Fair,
It's going to look
fair.
very bad. So
Yes.
these things, that's if those effects, even some from some
Don't
animes that
come
are
well.
not, that are, no, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying those things that even from some animes that don't even go into that. Like, let's look at Hajime no Ippo. Let's look at some of these sports animes like Haikyuu, that volleyball one, or
Yeah.
even Ice Shield Nujiichi, which is 21, Ice Shield 21.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Mm-hmm.
there's some other ones that's even just
Kuroko's
simple
basketball.
Kuroko. Hey, how can I forget
Mm.
Kuroko no Basket? And some of those things. And I said, dude, it's funny. Do I'm laughing? Sorry, because I said Kuroko no
Where?
Basket. I mean, obviously it's basket, but we say it like the way
But
they
no,
say
no,
it,
it's
Kuroko no
basket. Yes,
Basket.
yes. No, it's good. You're saying the Japanese name now. So yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Exactly.
good.
So I'm
Well
just
done.
trying to
Well
say,
done.
like, so I'm saying that all of those things take, I mean, it's just basketball, it's just football. There's even this one I was reading, I used to read back then, and manga, Giant Killing, is the same kind of thing, like, and that's a soccer one. I think they had an
Mm-hmm.
anime for like a second, but it's the same kind of thing that, or there's Inushaki 20, Inu something Go, which is Inuzaki 11 or something. That's another football one. And what I'm
Okay.
trying to say is that there's a lot of okay, if you guys don't know, I've watched a lot of sport animes. That's why I'm just dropping them
It's
name by
okay.
name.
It's okay.
But
You
I'm
didn't
trying to say,
mention
like,
Diamond No Ace. Let me
oh,
add
that's
one for
another
you.
one. Dynamo is exactly. So
Okay.
now
Okay.
we should have a sport anime episode, anyways. But that's all those kind of things. Like, there's a lot of things that they do, a lot of effects, a lot of things they give me that make me enjoy the anime. So these are the kind of things that I search for in an anime. Now,
Okay.
when you give me normalcy, like regular, nothing
Okay. So nothing
too,
exaggerated.
nothing
Nothing.
exaggerated,
It's
I
now.
feel
It
like
feels too. Go on. Go on. Sorry.
I feel
Sorry.
like I can get that from a
In a
TV
movie.
show or a movie, and I enjoy
Uh.
watching some of those movies or TV shows. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, for me, what I find, what my fixes of anime come from something else, and then
Mm.
my fixes of movies can come in a certain way. That's why there are some. It's very interesting that I don't even the kind of TV shows or movies I watch, apart from the odd ones of the like maybe some of these superhero ones or the rest. I don't watch those type of animes. You don't really catch me watching a whole detective normal TV show kind of anime. Like I'm not really
Really?
unless
Did,
not
didn't
really.
you watch Psychopass?
Yeah, but Psychopaths was slightly different. Do you understand? Psychopaths was a little bit different. It was. I'm just trying to say, not all the time. No, not they merge, but not every time. I'm not actively looking for
Okay.
something that looks like
Actively looking. Okay. Okay.
a detective TV show, and I want to
Mm-hmm.
like a classic detective TV. Like let's just say, oh, Law and other kind of TV show. I'm just saying, or
Mm-hmm.
something like NYNC, NIC or NCIS, NCIS,
NCIS. Yeah.
NCIS, and that's the kind of anime I'm watching. Something that's giving me NCIS, but no, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it's I live like those worlds for me are very very
You don't want
different.
them to come together. You don't want them to come
I don't
together.
really because I don't really enjoy like I might watch now that whole Your Name. If it came in movie form, I might have enjoyed it a little bit
More.
more.
Really? You know
Now
the
not
funny thing. Okay,
go
no, no,
go on.
go on, go on.
Now not because the I mean obviously the animation was awesome, top notch,
Mm-hmm.
everything, and they didn't over exaggerate anything. There was not anything that they needed to do that it was like fighting or something like that. So it was such a beautiful, easy thing to watch. Do you understand? But what I'm saying is that back to the point of if they had done the movie as good as the same way, I would have still probably even connected or enjoyed the movie more just because of those worlds are separate for me. And this is probably where I come from. That's why if someone says, I can't believe maybe because there was some of these statements that were going around in the social place that said, how can an anime person not be watching all these other things? And I'm like, and don't worry, I'm going
But
to
you
say,
can no, but you know it's a little odd. Yes,
no, should I tell you?
my friend did say that. I told my friend that I have this other friend, my co-host, who does
Uh-huh.
not watch
Can I
certain types of anime. Uh-huh.
can I say something to that to your friend? Because I said I came prepared to defend myself. To your
Yeah.
friend and everybody else that feels that way, come for me.
Uh,
I'll give you my Twitter handle. Now, if anybody can come and sit there and tell me they watch every type of anime, I would apologize to the person. And none of you, not even you, Jola, not me, not
really? You
anybody
don't
watches
think
every type of anime. No, no,
you
not
don't
no,
think we
no.
are open? I think I'm
No,
okay,
no.
okay. I
You
think
might be
I'm not.
open. No, you might be
Yes.
open, but doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
you are open to every single part, every kind of anime. I'm sure
What?
you are not sitting down watching otaku animes, like proper otaku
Please,
animes.
which
You
one?
are
Which
not.
type is otaku anime? Because there's no genre for anime that is otaku.
No, I'm just trying to get you to get that picture, not the type of genre. I'm trying to say you're not
I
sitting down.
am challenging
Okay,
you
okay. You know what? You're not
to
sitting down
say
watching. No, there's one anime that I saw. Oh,
that you
wait,
think
hold
I
on.
can't watch a type of anime like that.
You've not no
Not
you
that one
don't watch
necessarily, but that type.
no you don't watch them. Now let me give you there is one anime that is a I've I saw a clip of it a while ago because I was when now I think I saw it on YouTube or something and I was like what is
Okay.
this? It's like
Okay.
two sisters that love a brother and that is what the anime is about. Two girls loving a boy
Yeah,
and they
please
are
wait it. I
siblings
know. I think I
and
wait. There's an old anime that is like that. That is called Kiss Something. I don't know if that's
something
it.
like that. I think that's the one.
I've
Did you
seen bits
watch?
of that too.
No,
I've
no
actually seen
no
bits of it,
to see
but
bits of it.
I don't like it. No.
Exact. No, no, no. You
Yeah,
see, thank you. No, no,
but
wait. No,
that
wait,
is
wait.
different. Okay, okay.
No, no, that
But
is not
you
different. No,
okay, that
that
is
is
no, but you know that is not a genre. That
no.
as
Can
well.
I?
That's not a
No,
genre. That
that
is
no,
just
no. What I'm trying to say is that that is a type of anime, and
it
there are
is
many.
no.
No,
It
no,
is not
wait, wait,
it is
wait.
okay.
Let me land now. Wait.
Okay, okay.
calm
Oh yeah,
down. Now
land.
that's a type of anime, and there are many types of anime like that. There's even some that are proper hentai animes, and I don't mean hentai in the sense that there's a storyline behind it. I mean just pure rubbish. And
But that's
maybe
hentai specifically then,
wait,
not
I don't even
not anime.
wait
Okay,
now, calm
okay,
down.
okay, okay,
I'm trying to
okay,
say
okay.
like now there's so much kind. I mean what we see, the things that come up in top animes, or some of the animes
Mm-hmm.
that are recommended from maybe YouTubers and the rest, are some of
Mm-hmm.
these animes that are generally accepted. I'm also going to
Yes.
go back to the sense that some of the animes that are not so general, that not everybody's, because it's not everybody's taste. Those are some of those, let's just say, those
Fair.
dark, weird, or let me use the
Mm-hmm.
word
Mm-hmm.
smutty, like we like to call things smutty animes,
Mm-hmm.
or some weird things that some really brother sister what was that incest
Interest.
behavior, that we're
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, this is not something I can sit down and say I would watch,
Mm-hmm.
because it is not my cup of tea. I'm trying to
Okay.
say, as because of the creativity, let me say it like that, of an anime person, or
Mm.
someone that writes an anime, they can go into some really, really weird places that is like,
True.
okay, what is this person? What was this person thinking?
Mm.
And when they go into those weird places, not all of us follow inside there with them as much as we love anime, because we're like, this is too much for me. This is
For
not for
me.
me. Now,
Okay.
I'm not trying to say rom-com or romance or some
Ah,
of
on
the
that
slice of
level.
life are on that
Mm-hmm.
level. But I'm trying to say,
Mm-hmm.
just like people don't watch that, does not mean I should watch this because
Yeah,
I
that
love
is.
anime. No, I'm
I
just
get
trying to
that's fair,
say,
but I think it's a bit extreme. Your
no,
example.
but
I think that is a bit
you
extreme.
can no, you can't call it extreme, but I call it. If we are saying anime, and someone
Mm.
is able to tell me because you feel is extreme because you
Yeah.
like this type of anime, I'm
Okay.
just saying that there are people that also like slice of life and like all slice of life. I don't even mean just some. I mean all. They like
Mm-hmm.
romance. That's what they watch. They like some of these rom-coms. That's what they watch. And they will tell you that why are they watching Naruto fight somebody? Like they can't understand that. That doesn't sound. That's something that they don't like. And you might laugh
Okay.
and you say, that's
That there are
weird. How
some
can
people
you
that
be
don't like the
that?
shonen
No,
types. Yeah, fair
yeah, you
enough.
know that
Fair
you're
enough.
like, how can someone be anime
Mm.
watcher and not watch Naruto? But there are people like that that say that's not what they want. They want to watch this. They want to watch Otaku-chan. They
Mm-hmm.
want to watch brother and
Mm-hmm.
sister be kissing and loving each other. That's what they want. So I'm just saying. I mean, when we watch some of these animes and we see some of these otaku people that are following idols up and down, some of them seem
Yes.
like that's the only type of anime that they watch. Like that's the only no, right
Well,
or
let's
wrong.
not. I don't know. I don't know any otaku, so let me not go and say too much about them. I
No,
understand where you're coming from, but
exactly.
but
I'm just trying
I
to say,
can.
like, if you, because just like movies, just like TV shows, just like whatever it is, we are not sitting down watching every type of genre because we feel like,
Yes,
because
I
we watch movies or because we are movie enthusiasts or whatever it is, or TV shows or whatever, or anime, we
okay.
should be accepting of every single thing. We all have
Okay,
tastes.
that is fair. But the thing, my own is, I feel a little like, and okay, I know you're going to tell me I'm wrong, but I feel a little like yours is a bit too much in the sense that if you go and oversense too much of the romance parts like this, it can almost ruin the rest, even though it has some of the other aspects you
I
like.
don't, I
You
don't,
don't want to, you almost
no,
don't want to smell it. I'm not saying it's
no,
that bad.
no,
I said it seems that way, that you almost don't
no,
even want
no.
to smell it. You will
Okay,
just roll your eyes. You
let
just
me
be like,
put it
oh
like
my
this. I
gosh.
have a skill. Now, and all of us do have this skill, like it or not. Sorry, where we watch something and we are
Mm,
weighing it up in our head, what it
mm,
scales to. If it
mhm,
scales to too much of etchy, or if it scales to too much of comedy, if it
mhm.
scales to too much of this, or if it scales to too much of that, how when you're watching it, what do you see most of? What's the anime more centered around? Or what's it more centered around? What's it more focused on? And then it starts to that is where the story is being built. It's like either the story is going to be built on, if like now you watch, if let's say I came and want to watch Naruto, for example,
Mm.
Now we all know how. I keep using Naruto because now almost everybody, even people that have not watched One Piece, probably have watched Naruto. All of
Okay.
us know how Naruto is in the sense that we get fights regularly, we get certain things regularly, the storyline is this
Mm-hmm.
regularly. Now, if it is that we're getting a fight, yes, it's a shonen, is martial arts, is ninja, whatever it is, but we get a fight once every 5 episodes. Crazy good fights, awesome. Like I don't even, or maybe once every 10 episodes, we get like a really, really good fight. But before those 10 episodes, we spend time only looking at boobs. Like that's all it is till we get
Mm-hmm.
to that 10 episodes. Now, you cannot
Mm-hmm.
sit down and tell me that, okay, let me go through all the boobs to get to that fight. Every 10 episodes, I'm going to go through everything to get to that fight. And then once I get that fight, I say, oh, because I like fights, I would
Mm-hmm.
ignore the boobs till I get to the fight. Then when I get
But
there,
you are okay, but you are seeing it like that
no,
whole 10 is just boobs only, nothing
no, but
else.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it depends on what it's focused on. Now, what is it in a romance kind of anime?
Mm-hmm.
It's a romance anime, especially, and I'm going to come back to slice of life because I want you to define it before we even continue. Because when I say
Mm-hmm.
this, you will define the slice of life. In the
Okay.
romance type of anime, it's centered about like just watching a rom-com or watching a movie that is romance. It's centered about the relationship, whether the ups and downs of the relationship or building to the relationship or
Mm-hmm.
something that happens or what breaks the relationship or whatever, or will she, would they, or won't they, will they, whatever they call it, that thing that they
Uh-huh.
say that as if would they ever date or
Will
whatever,
they,
that we
won't
are
they?
following ahead, that we are
Mm-hmm.
following the
Mm-hmm.
story and we are saying just ask her out, whatever it is. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that is what the story is about. For me, that is not what I want to watch. Not
Okay.
because there is a problem with it. It is just not what I want to watch. It is like
Okay.
now, if you tell me, oh, to go, I like sports anime, but I will say this now, Magadin, you will not catch me watch free. Not for any
Oh, you
reason.
know what? When you were mentioning sports, I didn't. I was going to say, oh, I was going to sneak it in now. What about free and see how you
You,
react?
I
Because
say,
that's
I,
all men, all guys
I say,
swimming, their bodies are
now,
shining.
thank you. Now that I'm sure that probably is on that slice of life, isn't it? It should be. It
I've
should be,
not
right?
watched it, but I think it is.
I think it is. Now,
I think it is.
carry, carry you as you were the friend that were in between me and your friend. Go and ask your
Mm-hmm.
friend as an because that one is not. They are not doing anything pornographic or anything like
What
that. So it's not
you
like that.
no,
No, wait, they are
but
not.
you think my friend wouldn't
No,
have seen free? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know if he has. Oh. I'm saying that he should go and watch it if he hasn't and enjoy it. And
Have
then
you watched it?
no, and I just said it. I just sat down
That you
here
cannot.
and I swore, my God, doing whatever I want to use to swear that I would not, will
Okay,
never,
tell
not
me
sit
why.
down.
Tell me why. It's a sports anime too. So why can't
It's
you watch it?
why am I watching guys slathered body oiled
But you
this
know they're
thing?
swimming. They're swimming
It
now.
does not matter to me. That is all they focus on. It is there's one anime that I wanted to start watching because I thought it was a rugby anime. And I thought
Okay.
it was a sport. I think I told you about it. I can't remember. And I said I can't remember the name. And I
Rugby
saw
or American football?
rugby because I've watched some
Okay.
American football or some of these baseball or something animes and I enjoyed it. So I was like, oh, this is a rugby one. Looks nice. That
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. When I started noticing after episode, I was watching episode one. Then I started noticing that these people are moving in a funny way. Like they are looking at, they are showing us abs too much, showing us ass cracks too much, showing us ab line in a certain way too much. You know the line that leads to the pelvis. I don't even know what it's called.
Yes.
They are
The
they are
V thing.
focusing
Yeah.
the V thing. They are focusing on some of these things, and some of these men are behaving in some type of way. Not that they were homo or anything like that, or too hetero, or whatever it is, or there was. It was just a little bit of too much of a focus on something. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to walk my way out of this anime the same way I came in. So I just literally,
Okay,
I
so
just literally,
basically the fan service was too much. Let me
that
just
is,
put it into one
let's put
word.
it like that. Now
Fan
the fan service.
service.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, just like I don't, now, I said I would, now I can't watch male fan service, like fan service for females. Like, or people that
Yeah, the
like
ones
male
that
fan
are.
service,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever. At the same time, I don't like watching female fan service either.
Yeah,
Like
because it gets into
there's
the whole
there's
pervy
that
aspect
one
of
that
things.
there's that one that they were doing Kai, I think it's a sports anime as well. That they
Which-
do like this kind of battle on a stick or something
Oh,
like that.
oh, wait, wait. On a stick or on a platform?
On a
Is it,
platform.
is it that ass, the ass part? Yo,
Yes.
I'm never gonna lie to you. I tried watching that
You
thing. I
see?
think I watched one episode, or
Ah,
I
what
went
did
to
you
check
do?
a clip,
Did you
and I was
walk back?
like,
Did
of
you
course I
walk back?
left it. I'm like, what the hell are these people doing?
Now, this is what I'm
But
trying to
I
say.
think I
Wait,
can
no,
I can
no,
check it again to see if there's some
you
humor to be
no,
found in
no,
that.
you will
Because in
walk.
that moment I left it.
Ram,
Yes.
Jola, you will walk back. Jola, you will walk back again, just like you walked out the last time. You walk out again.
How
And
do you
what I'm
know?
trying
What
to say,
if there's
no,
some humor
there
contained in
is
it?
no kind of humor that will make you not
I
focus
pick
on the fact that
somebody
someone's
that they are
ass
doing it.
is smashing someone's face, and someone's face is smashing someone's. As in, see,
But
there is
that's
no
what I'm saying. The ridiculousness of it might
no.
be
For
what.
me, I don't find that
Mhm.
funny. It's just weird. It's just a lot of
It
weird
is
coming
weird.
together. It's a lot of weird
It
coming
is
together.
weird.
Like, what's going on here? Why is this an anime? Like,
Why is
yo,
it? I don't know actually. No. I don't know why
and
it's an
I don't
anime.
know again, and I'll go back again. See, and I'm giving your friend free. That's one. I've given your friend maybe that rugby one. I'll look for the name and send it to you. You can send it to him. That's another one. And I'll
Okay.
give him one more. I know that
Hmm.
you watch a musical anime and
Oh, he's
you've
watched
watched.
that my musical anime that I like. Let
No,
me
no,
just
no, no, no,
answer it.
no, no, no.
Uh-huh.
I know you have watched him. You see,
Yes.
you're jumping the gun. I know you have watched a
Okay.
musical anime, and I said that's
Hmm.
fine. And maybe he has watched that
Hmm.
one, but I will give him this other one that is a musical anime, and I do not
Hmm.
think he will be able to sit down and watch it all. And why I say that
Why?
because it is weird. It is not the music; it is the weirdness. How are
Is
people
it
having
is
fights
it that rap
with
one? Is
boys?
it that
That
rap
rap
one you told
one,
me about?
yes.
I haven't tried it yet. I know you told me, but I didn't note down the name. I haven't tried
Now
it yet, to
I'm
be
trying
fair.
to say that is now. What I'm trying to say is that it's
Hmm.
like the concept is weird. So you try to wrap your head around it, not because you don't watch a musical. Like you yourself, even though you watch a musical
Hmm.
anime, you might sit down and watch the
Hmm.
anime and be like, I can't do this. No, 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 no. It does isn't every time you're trying to watch, you're like, what are they doing? I cannot do this. Please,
Hmm.
please, let's stop it. It's just like you watch that boob and yash smashing, and you're like, nope. and
Yash.
you're like, nope, I'm not doing this. Exactly. So I'm just trying to say, like, this I'm trying to say like that and not those some so again some of those ones can be extreme, but it goes back to the fact that we all have animes that
Hmm.
we like or we might enjoy. But there are some that were like, no,
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to touch it.
Okay.
It's weird.
Okay.
It's weird. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, what I think if you ask everybody, what do you look for in an anime? Some people don't even want to see a cleavage. I'm just telling you, some people don't want to see a nip snip. And that
That's
happens
fair.
in some of these animes. And they're like, once
Hmm.
they see that, they're like, there's even one, Sekiri or something, not Sekiri. It's one weird anime. I know that a friend of mine watched it. I can't remember. It starts
With
from
an S,
S.
it sounds. I
It
think
starts
I
from
have an
S.
idea
And
of the one
this
you're talking
young
about.
boy got stronger by sucking boobs. Like, seriously.
Oh, I know.
No,
I know. I think it's
no.
called second no questa or something like this.
Psycho
He
no
he
Queza,
drinks.
that's the
He
name.
drinks.
He drinks
Yes,
milk and
yes.
he gets stronger. Now, for me,
Oh my
as much
days!
as
I
those fights could have been
actually
awesome,
watched. I watched
as
that
much
thing,
as
but it
I know people that watch, as much as those fights could have been awesome, somebody just
yes.
sucking breast and getting milk to
Was
get
is
stronger.
very weird.
It was
Yes,
so
very
over
very
the top
weird.
for me that I'm like, I
Mhm.
like you guys, but I think we could have done without that whole part. Like,
That
let's
whole
just
part, definitely.
and
And
again,
by the way, all that is they full on show you. By the way, they are not
full
shielding.
on
I
for
don't know
people.
what the censored one is like. Sha. Maybe they hide it. I don't
No,
know.
this one they full on show you everything that is
I know,
possible to be
I
shown.
know. You know the
And
funny
the
thing.
ma-
Unfortunately, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, the fight I don't think is enough to make up for that.
No,
All
but
that
that's what I'm
stuff.
trying to say. Now you see
I
you're
hoped it
making
would be.
no, but you're making
Mm-hmm.
my point for me. in the sense that that was an action anime. That was
Yes.
nothing more than an action anime. But for the
Yes.
fact that the fights were not centered on, like, they were fights, but the fights were not enough.
Mm-hmm,
The breast sucking was more enough than the fight. Like, it's more than enough.
mm-hmm.
Like, you're like, okay, I'm
Yes.
tired of this boob sucking. I want to see more fight. Is it like they suck boobs once every 10 episodes? You say, okay, that makes sense.
That's it.
The guy
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
charged up for the whole episode, for the whole 10 episodes. He doesn't need to suck
Mm.
again. But if it's every time, he's just feeling a bit, air just blew his head. He's like,
Just a
okay,
bit.
your breast.
It's like quickly, I need to recharge.
I
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
recharge. He's like, okay. He's like, okay, you know what? I feel like a little bit of an headache. Oh, open your breast. Whatever it is, open your, I mean, come on, guy. Just tell me you want to suck breast and live your life. I will be okay.
Yeah.
Forget all these things that you're doing. So,
Using trying to explain your reason for doing all this nonsense.
as in, just trying to explain rubbish to me. So,
Oh my
anyway,
days.
just to even buttress my point, there's this anime I'm
Yeah.
watching, and I've watched it. I'm up to the most recent episode, and
Mm.
it's all one of these weird ones that you're like, okay, what do I do with you? But at the same time, it's like, you're not so bad either. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's a little bit of story to you, so I can keep watching you. And I think the name is, sorry, the
It's
name
okay.
is the dungeon only I can enter, or something like that. I think
Okay,
that's the
okay.
name. The dungeon only I can enter. Now, what the guy, just put it like this, what's the thing? It's quite, it has a little bit of romance, but it's not like romance. And
Yeah.
maybe it's not slice of life because it's not slice of life, but I'm sure that if I opened it, it would be, the romance field will be ticked under it. Because
Mm-hmm.
what does the guy do? The guy is a, all these, all of a sudden recently I've been getting a lot of the hidden dungeon only I can enter. I've been getting a lot of dungeon animes. And
Okay.
okay, see what, let me get the genre: action, adventure, ecchi, fantasy, harem. So you can
Okay.
see that it
Yeah, but you
has
see,
a bit
slice
of,
of life is not there. But
no,
okay, go on.
but I'm trying to say, at least some harem is something that I don't catch myself watching, but there
Me
it
too.
is.
But not because
Exactly.
okay.
There,
Okay,
no, I'm
okay.
just
Go on,
trying
go
to
on.
give now. What's the anime about? The guy is getting stronger, whatever, the underdog story, we know all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
his power, he gets stronger by doing some certain things. But what has been focused on that has made him a little bit, well, he gets life points, which he uses to get stronger. Now, the life points
Mm-hmm.
are gained by him either um, seeing girls in, like, if girls' pants are flashed or something like that.
Oh my.
You can imagine. You can
Really?
imagine. So you
What
get.
kind of power is that?
Now, or if girls should do something nice to him or hug him in a certain way, that it's like
Mm,
over. And the guy is funny. I think what makes me able to even watch it is because the guy himself is not perverted. Like, do you understand? Him
okay.
himself is
He's
not
not
like he's
perverted.
going. He's not perverted. He's not going
But
about like
perverted
looking
things
for.
give him
But
power.
girls, but all the perverted things make him stronger. The girls love him. Like,
Arrow
girls,
power.
hair, that kind of arrow power. Girls are attracted to him. They are fighting for him. That kind of thing. But him is not actively going to go and look for it. He even plays it down. So it's almost
Mm,
like, because of he's not focusing on it, it's allowing, I've not stopped the anime yet, because normally if it was about him, if it was him chasing them, looking for it, looking for all that thing, the focus would have been so much. But just because he's not on it, the focus
mhm.
is not, even though that happens, the focus, I mean, why I brought it up because of the headache boobs thing I mentioned. Now him,
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes if uses his power, he gets a headache, and there's one girl that is in love with him, his friend since childhood. They have to French kiss, and they actually French kiss for the headache to go.
Really.
Yes. Now, can you imagine you watching that?
I mean, you are,
No, I am. But
but
before I told you, would you have imagined that I'll be watching that? No. And
well,
what I
no,
know, yeah,
but
exactly. No, but what I'm trying to tell you, and it's not, and why I'm able to continue watching it is because I am getting more, and the
of the
focus is not
other,
there. That
Yeah.
yes, the focus is not there. It's happening, but it feels kind of abstract from it. It's happening, and it's not like it's not. It doesn't happen like once in the episode. It happens in once every
Mm-hmm.
episode, so it's not like it's not happening. But
Mm.
it's not like we're not. It's not every clip. As in, maybe it happens in one side of the episode. Maybe if the episode is 20 minutes, it happens for 3 minutes or 2 minutes or something. Like I'm just splitting
Yeah.
it across the whole episode. So the episode now, I gain a lot more other things than that. Yes, the girl is in love with him. There's a lot of there's a lot of kind of romantic element to it. But
Mm.
again, that's not what it's about. Even that ReZero, there's a lot of romantic element to it, but because of some of the things that are happening, you're not. It's easy to get distracted from it. I think that's what I need in animes.
In anime.
I need to not be on that. So if you're giving me a slice of life romance, I'm joining them together. So slice of life and romance. So now this is a high
Mm-hmm.
school growing up, whatever it is. So
Mm-hmm.
and
Romance
they're not
must be
even
there.
fighting. And they're not even
Mm-hmm.
fighting each other. There's nothing else. There's no bullies, nothing to overcome, nothing at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, all is about people coming to class and falling in love with each other. Like you're giving me the whole focus of
What
love.
if it was? What if they come to class, funny things happen? Would that help?
Funny things like what now? Again, this is
Because a
another
lot
thing
of
again.
slice of life, some are better. Sorry, some are better than others, but a lot of slice of life have comedy in it.
Now,
So it depends. Some are now better than others or
this is where
funnier
my
than
last
others.
part is. This is where my last part
Mm-hmm.
comes in. I think my
Mm-hmm.
anime humor is different from other people's own, and I think that is another thing. A lot of
Okay.
things that people watch and I've seen reviews and they say it's funny. I watch it and I don't laugh.
Do you have any examples, by the way? Can you think of any?
Um, let me say is okay. This anime that I would have mentioned as a slice of life. That one. What's the name of that one? That one that the alien in class.
The smart boy, the the
Yeah,
the guy with the abilities.
yeah. Is it funny? I
IKK.
want. Yeah. Is it a funny anime? I'm just asking you.
Well, okay, let me first say this. A friend of mine told me to check it out. Said, "Oh my gosh, it's so funny, so funny, so funny." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll check it." Now, when I started it, I didn't think it was funny. No.
Mm-hmm.
And as I kept watching and I guess I got more into the general story and the antics they get up to, then I was like, I could see the humor, but it wasn't maybe one or two times here, then I can laugh. But otherwise, it wasn't a laugh out loud kind of funny, but it was humorous compared to tell me something as obvious as Gintama. That's more laugh out loud
Now,
funny to me.
I did not chuckle in this whatever it
In
is. I
this
didn't even
IQK,
smile.
Abby.
I didn't even
Yeah.
smile. Like I'm
Yeah.
just trying to tell you how my
I'm not
humor is now.
surprised. I'm actually
Now,
not surprised.
even Gintama that I found funny, at some point my humor died. Like with
From it
Gintama
after a while. Okay, now
after
let
a
me ask
while.
you this. Was this, sorry, with Gintama, was this after, they had Gintama first, then they had a Gintama in 2015, then they had a more recent Gintama. So do you know at which point it died, or do you happen to know?
I don't know. I think it's even earlier in the thing. Like at some point, I stopped watching for the humor and I started watching
Like general action
for the
story
general
stuff that
action,
comes
like
up.
some of the things. And it happened pretty early on because that time I was like, oh, when I even brought it, talked about it, showed you, it was funny. I was
Mm-hmm.
laughing and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think after some time, I got over it and I was like, okay,
Okay. So it
this is
doesn't
just
last long. The humor doesn't last
it
long
does
for
it
you.
didn't last long for in Jintam. Now, in
Okay.
something like maybe in One Piece, I've had moments. Now, because One Piece is not even trying to be funny, do
No,
you
I
understand?
was just about to say One Piece is
One
not
Piece is not,
trying to be
that's what
funny. It's
they're not
just
trying to
part
be
of the
funny,
character.
just part
Mm-hmm.
of the character. And I think some of the anime things that I laugh at are some of these expression things.
Thank.
And
I was
I'm
just going to say because you mentioned One Piece that for me a lot of things that might. Sorry, I'm so sorry. A lot of things that might make me laugh. It's not necessarily the line, but more like when they're just shouting "baka" or when he
oh
says
yeah,
"marimo head" or they're just and they
exactly.
start fighting that you this
There are some
stupid cook.
certain
Like the way they say it makes you laugh more than whatever
like
line they deliver.
I would say this, and not to spoil anything, but in one of the most recent manga episodes of One Piece or chapters of One Piece,
Yeah.
these three guys are together. What's his name? Luffy, Trafalgar, and that guy that can't remember his
What
name.
was his
That
ability?
he joins all this stuff together, all this crap together. I can't remember
Metallic
his
stuff.
name.
Oh, is he not Kid? Isn't that the Kid guy,
Kid,
Captain Kid?
Eustace Kid. Yeah.
Eustace
Now
Kid.
three of them are together and they are challenging themselves to be
Oh,
stupid.
similar to be stupid. Is that what you said?
Yes, that's
Oh.
I don't want to spoil, so that's why I'm saying it
Okay,
to the
okay, okay,
extent.
okay,
They are
okay,
challenging
okay.
themselves to do something stupid. And
Mm-hmm.
then when they all challenge themselves and they're like it's like they are playing chicken. Basically, let me put
Mm-hmm.
it like that. They are playing chicken for the thing to do to this for the stupid
Mm-hmm.
thing. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody's like, and this one is saying like, you do it, I won't move. This one say I won't move. This one is saying I won't move. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, this one said, don't be stupid, you must move. This one said, don't be stupid, you must move. This one said, me, I'm not moving. Then by the
Mm-hmm.
time the thing now passes them, all of them shift their faces all compress in a certain way to
In a
allow this to
certain way.
pass.
Yeah, yeah.
I looked at that particular picture in the chapter and I was laughing. You're even laughing and you've not seen it. I
Yeah, yeah.
literally
No, I
looked at
get.
that. I looked at that part in the chapter and I was laughing non-stop. I looked at it again, I kept laughing. I looked at it and kept laughing. I had to call my
Yeah.
brother and say,
Look at
I had to
this.
call my brother and say, like, you need to check out that episode of that chapter of One Piece. I was laughing. He needs to check that. He was laughing. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, for me, so I think I find the way people find humor, and I think maybe that's why I don't watch a lot of slice of life because it's
The
not funny
humor
to me.
there won't give
It's
you,
not.
won't
I'm not
necessarily give
laughing.
you that.
So if I'm not
Okay.
laughing, I'm not really into the romance side,
Okay.
and then the story is not giving me any bing bing. Let me put it like that.
Okay.
What am I watching it for? Now
Hmm.
you can see now because a lot of people might say, "Oh, why don't you watch that?" Because you are laughing. It's funny. You find out no, the guy did something stupid. You are laughing. I'm watching that and I'm just looking straight face. So I'm not
Okay.
finding it funny. So if I'm not finding it funny, the humor is not getting to me, and that's not because I don't like fun. I mean, people don't look at me like I'm some kind of cold person that thinks that I don't find things funny. But maybe my humor is different. So if it's like that, what do you it's like you're forcing me to sit down,
To,
watch
to sit down and
something,
watch.
and just
Mm.
make everybody happy that I must watch it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where this whole thing for me is. It's not about oh
Okay.
this thing and that. So it's like, you
Okay.
know what, I can't laugh. The romance is just there. I mean, I can still get that romance in a real TV show. So
So
if I'm
why
not
here?
getting it funny, why am I here? Then
Mm.
this thing, then it's high school something. And again, I think, to be honest, on a normal day, I'm not really, even generally, apart from in anime, I don't like high school stuff on a normal day. So, like
Mm-hmm.
high school TV shows, I do not like them like that. Like, I've watched a lot of them, but I don't like them. It takes
Mm.
like all this, oh, you watch something which is called, and everybody's in high school and something, and they're really like 100 years old, but they're in high school. But
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's overly played out. I remember there's one thing I
Mm-hmm.
sent you. I don't know if I sent it that everybody in high school is muscular. Like seriously, is that the real life?
Is that real
But
life?
and but that's I'm just trying to say like the high school thing. So now it's like I'm coming. So what I enjoy in the high school thing in anime is that outside life, the whether it's the underdog becoming good, the sports,
Mm-hmm.
the bullying
Mm-hmm.
happen and the guy becoming strong, fighting everybody,
Strong.
the
Mm.
something about extracurricular than
Extra stuff,
romance.
not the school life
If I'm watching,
everyday
yeah,
life
if I'm
part.
watching romance, even some of these animes that I've watched that have been romance, and I might have watched one or two animes that have been romance, and it's like heavy on the romance.
And
They've
you
been
watch
kind of
them.
very mature. I might have watched, they've been mature like in the sense of grown up,
Same might now.
not
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
not
No, no,
not,
yeah, there are the
not
ones that are grown up,
like is
grown up
grown up real
relationships,
life,
not
grown up relationship, grown up
yes,
real life,
yes,
not
not the high school
high
one. Yeah,
school. So
yeah,
this is where maybe
definitely.
if I would
I
that means
like
I'm
those
not
two,
a
but they are rare.
you see how that's what I'm trying to say. I might have because I feel I've watched like one or two, but I can't remember their name. But
Hmm.
that's not longer slice of life. Now we're just romance focused, but this is very, very mature. This is very I'm going to work kind of thing. regular life living. And again, it's difficult because I can still watch that in a regular TV show. So I feel like I'm not getting my anime kicks that I want
Okay.
from that.
Question now. Do you know Studio Ghibli, right? Or Studio Ghibli? I don't know how you pronounce it. You know
I
it,
think
right?
I think I know them. Yes.
You think, okay.
No,
They
I
are
think
the
I
ones
do.
that I'm sure you do. They are the ones that make those kind of movies that are like Spirited Away, House
Yeah,
Moving
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Castle.
I know them. I know them. I know them. I know them.
Okay. Now, have you seen any of those? Because you know those
No,
ones
no.
are renowned for
You
their
know,
the whole story as well as the animation style.
I've seen
Blah blah blah.
Spirited Away. I really enjoy Spirited Away. So I have,
Okay.
I can say that with a certainty. I
Okay.
love
So
Spirited Away.
why doesn't any other one? Okay, before I ask, why any other one that you can think of off the top of your head
I
that you've
can't
seen?
think I remember House of a Movie. I don't know if I watched it. I don't think
Okay.
so. I think it was Spirited Away, and I don't know if I was. I'm There is one that I watched, but I don't know if that's House of a Moving Castle, where the person. No, I don't think it's House of a Moving Castle. There's another movie I watched where the
The
person came
person
into
was
like the person was from the underground or came from the underground, and then there was a whole thing that's happened. I'm not sure the name, but it's like that. It's the same kind of thing of Spirited Away, just differently.
hmm, that doesn't tell
I
me enough
I
based on
can't
what you
I can't
said,
I
but
can't I can't remember the name. Oh, I cannot
is
remember
it,
the
can you
name.
describe the main character? Can you see the main character in your head? Is that something you can like say by chance? Some of these
Um,
characters are a bit distinct. I might be able to pick
I,
it out, but
oh, if I'm even just, I don't think so.
okay.
I don't think so. If I do remember,
Okay.
I would bring it up at some point.
Okay. So why is Spirited Away easier? Because it's still about a young girl, and I'm
I
sure
think
it's also described on that slice of life as well,
I think
and
Spirited Away was
it's
easier
very
because
chill. Hmm.
I think Spirited Away was easier. First of all, I watched it when I was younger. That was the first thing. Not. I'm
Okay.
not trying to say young like that, but I
But
was younger.
yeah. Okay.
And then, I think I watched it when I was younger. Number one. Number two, there was a whole other aspect to it that it wasn't just um
Just it wasn't just slice of life, for lack of a better way to explain it.
yeah, I
Like it
don't know how to
wasn't
put
just every day I'm going to school or anything, because it had a more focused part about this whole other world and fantasy thing going,
exactly.
weirdness.
Oh,
That's why, Abby.
yeah, exactly. Or let's even talk about what about an anime like Erased? What would you call that?
No, now come on, erased is not okay. Yes, they may say it as slice of life because it is about this boy in school, and there's a little bit that shows their everyday life going to
And
school.
he's
But
not
the
in he
focus
does
of that anime is not that. It is more about the crime going on, the murder going on. So that's why I would say erased is different, because the focus again there is this whole thing, this whole mystery going on, and you have to watch what's happening every day to pick up the clues. So
no, I don't I
that's
don't
why I would not put it as the same. But yeah, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
no, I'm just trying to say like but I did enjoy Spirited Away. If I can remember the name of that anime, that was another good one that was like Spirited Away. It was really like
Mm,
a movie. It was like Spirited
okay.
Away, the same kind of thing. And I watched it to the end. And it
Okay.
was even, I
Nice.
think it was even a lady that was, or a girl that was again, that was the protagonist.
Main character.
So the main
Okay.
character. So that was very
Mm,
interesting. But again, I enjoyed Spirited Away because it was one of the first anime movies I watched, if I can
mm,
remember. I liked the story, I liked everything about it.
mm.
But again, there was more to it. To me,
Yes.
that didn't look like was that romance? Was romance there? I don't know.
In
Would you
Spirited
call that
Away, no, no, there was no
exactly?
romance.
No, you see,
No.
so now if you bring slice of life to me, you remove the romance from it. You start creating another story for me to focus on. Because when you bring
Okay.
slice of life and you put romance together, The whole
Mm-hmm.
the slice of the life we are focusing on is the romantic life. Do you
Okay.
understand?
What if the romance is not shoved into your face? It's just they only focus on the closeness or the relationship
No,
that's building, but it doesn't end
if the
up. They don't show you throughout that they're already together, or
no,
oh, I'm trying to win him.
if the romance
Mm-hmm.
is not shoved in my face, I'm sure I can probably I believe I should be able to watch it. But again, with everything we watch, it goes back to the fact that if it's not romance, it's something else. If it's not something else, it's something else. Like what I'm trying to say is that slice of life cannot be standalone. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not going to just be slice of life that they are going to school, looking at the teacher is teaching, they go home. What's the story behind it? What's the storyline? What's it building up to? Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, there has
Mm-hmm.
to be some kind of focus point on, oh, they do stupid things, they do shenanigans in the class and everybody laughs. So you start
Mm-hmm.
having slice of life with a bit of comedy. Focus point is that, oh, the boy is in love with the girl or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you now have slice of life romance. Focus point is they play sports, you have slice of life of sports. Like what I'm trying to say is that you take the slice of life, then you have to now find the part where that life is being focused on.
Being focused on.
Now, it is where that part is being focused on that can call my attention. Are you focusing on, again, like you said, some of them have fighting. Are you focusing on that? I'll watch it. Are you focusing on sports? I will probably watch it. Not
Mm.
every time because some of the sports might not be my taste, but I'll probably watch it in sports. Are you focusing on comedy? I might watch it if I'm able to find it funny. Are you focusing on
Mm-hmm.
romance? That's where I start having a bit of not really. Are you focusing on some of the other things? Do you understand? Because I know that if
Yeah.
it's humor, they will be stupid with the humor. They're not just going to give me regular TV show comedy. They will give me stupid humor that will make me laugh. If it is sports, they will do some extra bits that is not really normal, that we don't see in normal TV shows, that will make it more
Yeah.
interesting. If it is fights, obviously, they always do that. If it is whatever it is, there would be, it's like they would exaggerate it a little bit. And I'm sure even the romance stuff is a bit exaggerated because it's not going to just be something that happens in regular TV show, but that's not what I
Yeah.
want to watch.
Okay. And another question. Now you mentioned you find it hard to watch these ordinary type things in anime. These like more realistic feelings or whatever, however you want to put it.
Mhm.
So in have you watched or do you watch a lot of rom-com or romance type movies?
I won't say I do, but I
Hmm.
have. I
I
don't. I
didn't
won't
think
say
you
I.
did either.
No, I
Mm-hmm.
won't say I do like a lot. Like I have like, oh, 50-50. But if I was splitting them now, I would say maybe my comedy is quite high. My action is
Yes, I
also
know
quite
that.
high. My
Mm-hmm.
thriller and horror high.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
but drama and romance have picked up in the last few years, and they've gotten to a point where I can say, okay, out of my work, I've been able to sit down and watch a proper drama or a proper romance movie, even that I even watch some Nigerian movies that have nothing to do with it. It's just romance and drama. And I'm sitting down watching it from beginning to the end. And I'm watching it
Okay.
properly. So
Okay.
it's
Is
not
there
like,
anyone that comes to mind? Not the Nigerian one, oh, please. I'm talking about the movies. Is there anyone that comes to mind that you watched and
to
found
be honest,
decent?
I'm not, I don't know the names because again,
Okay.
no, you know me that with names of things, look at all some of the things I don't remember like that. But
Yeah. Okay.
if you mention some recent ones, I could be able to pick out. I watched that, I saw that, I watched that, I watched this, I watched that. And I watched
Okay.
that, like some of these ones that, oh, is it the one that the girl followed the boy to travel to his place to try and return the ring or get the ring or something like that? I don't remember that he had an
What?
accident. There's
Follow
one movie
to
like that. I
return.
can't remember. No, not ring. I
Ah.
know that there was something that happened that she was with a guy. She sent a text or she sent an email breaking up with him because she thought he didn't show up, but then he had an accident, so that's why he didn't show up. So when he called her, he said he had an accident. So she now wanted to fly to
To get rid of the text.
get rid of the email
That
because she
sounds.
believes it.
I don't think I know this particular one. At least I can't remember, but it sounds like the premise for Road Trip. If you remember that old movie, Road Trip, do you
Maybe
remember it? High
I
school movie,
remember.
all this
I
during
think
that American Pie time.
I think I remember it, but I'm trying to say this is what I don't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember it specifically, but this is what, or
Okay.
even something like a TV show like New Girl, for example. We cannot say that is not is not rom com.
Eh, okay. More focus on the but on the comedy, but the yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe you can give it a rom-com status. Not all the time, not all through, but yes, you can give it that, sure. Because it's like saying if you call New Girl rom-com, you also call Friends rom-com. But I think most people would just call them comedies rather than rom-com.
Yeah, no. I'm not even saying that one. I wasn't trying to even stay on the New Girl. I was just trying to say like
To say something like that.
I was
Okay.
just trying to say something like that. But no, some of the romance have been proper romance or proper drama, and I've sat down and watched it, and I didn't
And
have a
watched
problem with
it.
it. Like even,
Okay.
and I had no problem with it. Again, that's what I'm trying to say. If you put me in movie, TV shows situation, not I don't actively go and search for them. I have to say that that's very very
Mm.
true. But if I fell on watching it, or if people around me were watching something, I'll sit down and watch, and I'll get invested, and I'll be like, "Are you see what this girl is stupid?" You hear me
Mm.
saying the things. I'll even be part of the story and say, that guy is about to kiss. No, can't you cheating? I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I'll be all in. Like
Okay.
I'm
But
not
that has not I didn't say you were black-hearted, but I have to say, let me just say that has not reached Bridgerton, have you? They've not
I think
coaxed you into watching that one
the
yet.
problem no, it's not cooks. The problem with that I had with Bridgerton, and not that I had a problem. Bridgerton is a good show. I don't have a
You
problem with
also don't
it.
like the setting. That's
No,
that okay.
the setting is fine. No, I had that's I said I don't have a problem with Bridgerton. Like what the
Okay.
problem I had is that
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
when the Bridgerton started being watched in my house, I was going to work. So I wasn't so fixed to say, oh, like again, like I mentioned earlier, I don't go out and look for these things. Neither do I say, okay, I would sit down and I must watch it. So I wouldn't watch it on my own. But
Mm.
if somebody was watching it and they said, "Oh, I want to check this thing," I will sit down and I'll watch it with you. I was even able to get the gist and ask about it and say, "Oh, so what did he do? Oh, are you serious? So what they dated?
Okay.
They will not even send me. They say go and watch it. I'll now watch the part, but to sit down and watch the full thing, there was no
Mm.
need for that anymore because I wasn't there when it was being watched. So I only come in at parts, bits and pieces of it and watch it in bits and
Mm.
pieces. But
Okay.
I'm not going to call I cannot tell you, and I'm not nothing against it that I'm going to sit down, open my laptop, or go on the TV, go to Britain and say, "Let me sit down and watch this thing from beginning to the end." I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if people were watching it, I will sit down, I'll watch it with them,
Join.
I will enjoy it, I will come out, and I'll be one of the people raving that that was a top show. So it's not like, oh, there's anything against the show. It's just that it is not my taste. So I'm not
Mm.
going to go out and look for it. But if someone brought it to me or it was happening to me, I would watch it and I will enjoy it. Like again,
Mm.
remember I spoke about that Korean TV show the other time. What's the one you
Which
recommended?
one? The
The
World of
one
the
you recommended
Married.
Award of the Married. Now that show, for I don't know, like you recommended, so it must be good. It can be a really top awesome show.
Mm.
Again, I will not go and watch it. But if
Mm-hmm.
people were watching it, I will see that and I will
Around you,
not
you
say
will sit and see. Okay.
and watch it.
Okay.
And I would enjoy it. I did sit down and end up watching a lot of stuff that people were watching on Telemundo. And I was like, okay, fine. As much as
You
I
even
don't like
try with
it,
that one. I
I do
can't
see.
do that
As
one.
much as I don't like it, I sat down and watched it. As much as I
But you
don't
see, my
like
problem, I have a problem with that one because I don't like the dubs of the way the mouth
that's what
and
I hate.
the voice. I can't
That is
stand it. So
exactly
that's
what
my
I hate.
problem. Yeah. Okay. I think they would have just been better if they just spoke in Hindi or whatever language and just put the subtitles or Spanish, whatever it is. I would have preferred that, but I cannot stand it. And the over the
I'm,
top drama, and they're
I'm
taking themselves so seriously. I just can't.
I
Sorry,
should
you're gonna say
tell
something.
you, for someone that if you say, okay, this guy doesn't watch romance, let me say something, and you can even testify to it. When
Uh-huh.
I watched a lot of Hindi movies that were romance heavy.
Oh, Hindi movies are romance heavy generally. It must be there.
Yes,
They must
I
dance around
watched
a
and
tree.
I
All
watched
that,
that,
yes.
and that's Dance Around the Tree. Let me tell you, I hate the hell out of it, and I put dot exclamation mark here. But I have sat down and I have watched Hindi movies.
But then another thing with Hindi movies, they have some really solid ones that yes, the romance is there, but they have some very solid stories around it. It's not just romance. So let me just tell you that part. They have some really good ones. But
Yeah,
yes,
that's
fair
some,
enough.
but I'm trying to say so if I can sit down to watch a Hindi movie that is romance and
Mm.
throughout the whole
They
movie,
have some lovely musical. Let me tell you that too.
I'm not saying that the actors cannot sing. I'm not
Okay,
saying that
okay,
the sing that's no. I'm not saying they were making noise like me. Me, I can't sing. I'm saying
okay.
that I sat
That it is
down,
not
I
necessarily
watched
your cup
people
of
going
tea, but you
to have a
sat down.
conversation. No, this
Uh-huh.
one, I some of them I even downloaded them myself to watch. So it's not like oh, someone sent me. I'm saying that I sat down and I was watching it, and I saw two people having a conversation. Then all of a sudden, a tree appeared and they started dancing around it.
That
That's
tree must be there.
so if I can do that, I can watch any romance movie that anybody can create. It's just that
Okay.
for anime, that's not my bag.
Okay. Okay. Well, you have explained more about where you're coming from, and we can see
Oga,
that.
Oga,
We
if
can
you
see
listen,
it for real.
not
You
you, not
said
you,
now
not
that
you, not
okay, who?
you, Oga, your friend that was
Ah,
attacking me, that made me go to therapy. Better go and watch Free. I'm sending this one personally to
yo,
you.
I may
Go
look for
out.
clips of free for you and just be sending it.
I'll do you know, I'll just even me personally, I'll go and be looking for clips of Free. I'll be sending it to you to send it to him that he must watch it. In fact, I'll even go and download Free myself. I'll just be recording it and saying, what are this part? Does he like it? What are this part? Does he like it?
Okay, okay, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. You mentioned before, so let me just say, you wanted to have a wee bit of a definition of slice of life. Do you still?
I mean,
Should we still?
there's no need. I mean,
There's
there's no
no
need. There's no
no
need
need,
really.
right?
There's no need
Yeah,
really.
yeah. And you've explained yourself, as I said. So we can accept it a bit more. You know, it's all down to taste, and you are not completely shutting it out, but taste. So
Mm,
it's okay. And at least you didn't slam your name because again, I mean,
yeah.
that's a really good one. But
No, I didn't.
okay.
I never said. Like I said, it just all I said was the problem was no originality for me. That was just it.
Oh yeah,
Outside
I
of that,
mean, yeah, the
outside of
ideas that
that,
have been captured
the
from
idea,
other
yeah,
people.
and I've watched it
Yeah,
so
yeah,
many
yeah,
times in different things.
yeah,
So it's like,
sure.
okay, yeah,
It's just bringing it together and in anime form that is unique. I think, yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
all right,
Okay,
let's. This has been. I'm sure it's going to be. It's going to be a very long one, but
I
yeah,
think so.
it's
We
what we do for the 14th.
yeah, but take us into your rider for the week.
So my rider, just to also keep on brand, I
Brand.
would still recommend. I mean, as much as I shout on the originality of it, but outside of that, the
Yeah,
outside of that, it wasn't a bad anime to watch. But doesn't mean because
okay.
I say it's not a bad anime, you're going to catch me going to go and look for other ones to watch. No,
I
I'm just
know.
saying.
We
But
can only come
it
and put it in front of you and try to,
no.
find a
Don't put
reason.
no. The reason why
Or
I watch it,
another
no.
podcast challenge.
No. The reason why I watch it was because it's a podcast challenge and because let me come and defend myself and let me come
Hmm.
honestly and talk about
Okay.
it and defend myself and fight my battles. My therapist
Okay.
told me. But
Okay.
outside of that, I don't think I'll be doing any. If it's not 14th, I don't think I'll do a podcast challenge like that. Number
Okay.
two, unless someone comes and sit down and say they want to watch it, then I'll sit down and watch it with you. Maybe. Outside of that, you catch
No,
me.
no go.
But
No go.
but anyways, unless there's some kind of thing I saw on YouTube, I'm like, oh my god, I have to check this out. But yeah. Right, my rider, I'll keep it on brand again, your name. So people check it out if you've not. I'm sure a lot of you guys have, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. And my own rider is a slice of life anime, actually. Also, to keep it kind of on brand. Slice of life has sprinkles of romance and stuff in there, but I guess it's more of there's a lot of comedy in there as well. But mine is called Real Life, and it is one of my favorite um, slice of life rom com type anime out there. So yeah, it's a good one. Humor is good, and yeah, it's like real life, real life, real life. Oh, let me just ask you: have you actually seen this Real Life I recommended?
No, no,
No.
no. Did you recommend it to me to watch?
No, I think I
There you
thought
go.
about it and then I went with
There
your
you
name.
go. That's your
I
answer.
also didn't want you to come and disappoint me later now. I didn't want you to break my heart.
That's answered your question now. If you
I
had
didn't
told
want
me,
you to
oh,
break
to
my heart.
watch your life, by now I would have finished it. Oh
So are you telling me I can tell you to check out Real Life and you will
no,
check it out in one episode and see? And
14th is over. You
okay, wait,
had
how do you know this one might not have enough of different stuff going on that you may be able
oh
to stomach it? How do you know?
see now, let me even read a dismissed as a hopeless lover around him. 27-year-old from a job for another, quitting his life.
You googled it sharp sharp.
Out, out unremarkable existence takes a sharp turn, meets a institute who offers opportunity to change his life for the better and help mysterious pill. Wait, just tell me what it is about. Let me just
Okay,
understand.
yeah, I wanted to tell you sometimes the plot, the way they describe these anime is terrible. It gives you nothing, or it does not appeal the way they describe some of these anime. Anyway, it has a feel of that erased in there where you have an older guy that kind of goes back, not goes back in time, but is in his younger self. So this one is not back in time. Erased was back in time, right? This one
Mm-hmm.
was more like that he meets somebody, yes, who gives him, it's an experiment, and he can become the way he was when he was younger, like his younger self. So he
Mm-hmm.
then goes back to school, and it's sort of like to re-experience that and maybe change things. It's just a different thing to get him out of the funk he was in as an adult. So it was just an experiment, an opportunity, and he went with it. So it's about that basically. So you have
Mm-hmm.
someone who is an adult in his younger self, but his high school self, and how he's relating with people.
So does he, because of that he has a lot of experience or what?
Well, as an adult, yes. Like, so it's like down to just him, the other people who may be feeling a little bit like, oh, he easily kind of is so friendly with everybody. He's not
He's
as
a cool guy.
nervous with girls. Yes. So he has that element there, similar to the guy from Erased, where maybe he just says what he wants to say. He's not thinking, oh,
So is it
shouldn't I?
funny?
Well, now that you've also said your humor is more
No,
specific, mine,
for you. When you
yes, but
laughed
my
a
humor,
lot.
not a lot, but yes, I did. It's humorous. Not everything will be laugh out loud, and my humor is not as specific as yours. I like can laugh at the same kind of stuff you laugh at with those expressions as well as other things. So yes, it has funny bits, funny lines that I think they
Mm-hmm.
delivered well. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah. I mean, maybe if I look for a clip, but I don't know if it is out of context, if that would help you. Maybe I'll look for a clip on
Yeah,
YouTube and see how you think.
get me a funny clip. A,
Okay.
if you can get me the funniest clip.
That's a tall order, but I can look for a funny clip or a humorous
Like
clip and
because no, you know what? Because if you get me a funny clip, that can sell me. And what I'm
that
trying
can
to say
sell
that
you.
if
Okay.
I as in but the clip should be long enough so that I get the gist of it. Because if you
The
just give me a
gist.
clip of I'm
It's
not going to
too
get it.
out of context. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so let's if you can give me that and I laugh,
Okay.
and even if I chuckle or even if I give it a smirk, let me say,
Okay.
if I give it a
Uh,
smirk, I'll check it out because to me, that's it. A smirk is enough
is it not? Okay.
to
Fair
allow
enough.
me to check it out.
Yeah. One
That's good enough.
one one little quick thing. Sorry, before we wrap this up. You know when you were describing the expressions in
Yeah,
One Piece, as you were
yeah.
describing that, it made me remember a scene. that used to make me laugh. I haven't watched it in a while, but when they were at Ennis lobby and they
Ennis
were
lobby.
fighting CP9, yes. And you know when they were looking for the keys to unlock the Kairoseki handcuffs,
Yeah.
and Usopp went into a room with one of the CP9 guys that had a key and he was sleeping. Then there was the chicken. So there was a part with the chicken that he was saying, keep quiet, like shh, that for the chicken not to crow or whatever. And
Yeah.
there was a part where the chicken is like, we know the way they personify the animals, they make it look like they have such human expressions. And the chicken is like looking at him like, I'm going to make noise now.
Oh,
And the eyes are looking big. So it's the expression of the chicken as it's showing that I'm going to make noise. And he's saying, no, keep quiet.
Like, I'm going to mess you up now.
I'm going to mess you up, like forget it. And it brought that image into my head. So I was like also chuckling about that.
One Piece just gets me, man. One Piece gets me. That's what I can say.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so it's been a long one. Yeah, so take us out, right?
All right. Yeah, it's been a long one. Thanks, guys, for this episode again. And for all my haters, I defended myself.
You did.
Thank you very much. And have a lovely weekend. Happy Valentine's Day. I said it.
Yes. I'm clapping for you.
All right.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.